going on, guys? Welcome to the State of VR, where I do my best to give you guys the latest and most up-to-date news regarding game releases, new hardware, and innovations related to everything virtual reality. So, things regarding game events don't seem to be getting any better and don't look to be getting anywhere near back to business. All we hear in the news lately is cancel this and postpone that. Kinda makes me feel like I'm constantly listening to a tape recorder all day. Right now, all we can do is hope for the best, wash your hands, and maybe get some fresh air using VR to practice our sort of social distancing, which actually isn't that distant at the end of the day. At least we got Half-Life Alyx to look forward to in less than a week. This past week, military forces entered the simulation, Oculus fed us some cool information, Unity got an upgrade to their popular game engine, and a community developer showed us a future without socialization. So kick back, relax, and listen up, because this is your weekly Metaverse News. According to an article from Forces.net, UK armed forces have recently begun using virtual reality to simulate certain real-life situations, obviously for training. A major benefit cited by their Ministry of Defense in the article was being able to lower costs, typically required for conducting training exercises. What's also cool about this is that it is a veteran-run software company, meaning that the people overseeing and creating everything have already experienced real-life situations related to what they are doing, providing the most insight into how the situations should be mapped out and made. An ex-Army officer who is now the Director of Innovation at the company said, quote, "I joined the British Army in 2006 and later served in Afghanistan. This gave me a passion for building technology that will reduce the risk to our armed forces and improve the quality of training with the ultimate aim of saving lives." End quote. I definitely see why this use of VR would cost less. Using less ordnance, ammo, and being able to not require multiple instructors for certain parts of training in place of virtual ones all contributes to spending less money. It will probably not be perfect at first, but give it time. Who knows? In the future, we could be seeing more humanoid robots being controlled through virtual reality instead of risking lives during war. Okay, now let's talk about the bummer, which was one of the major gaming event cancellations that occurred in the last couple weeks. This week, in place of their talks at GDC, Oculus announced a few different features, games, and software updates for the Quest in their main website blog. A few of those included a newly redesigned home menu, prototype OpenXR support for developers, and updates to the likes of Beat Saber to include new songs. One blog post mentioned changing a few different menu options around, making it easier to access commonly used system apps and settings. Also mentioned is finally a way to use several different Oculus browser windows at the same time. Before I just say several, looking at this image off one of their blog posts, it seems that 3 windows will be the max right now. Honestly, I'm just happy we get more than one. Images teased of the newly redesigned menus and out-of-game overlays look a lot cleaner and are slightly different. One brand new option on the overlay menu is the button to invite someone to a game, and on this specific image, it's showing Beat Saber. I think this could mean that Beat Saber is finally going to get its long overdue multiplayer mode. Only time will tell. This update will be pushed out to all Oculus Quests before the end of the month. It sucks that so many people lost out on going to the event, among others like E3, but I guess we'd better be safe than sorry, right? Let's look on the bright side. With all this social distancing, it just gives us another excuse to jump into the metaverse just a little more often. So, recently Unity Technologies released quite a significant update for their game development engine Unity to include HDRP compatibility with VR-specific game development. To be specific, PC VR games. Hopefully we can expect this feature in the future to be utilized with Quest titles, but I won't be holding my breath. In a blog post put out by Unity themselves, quote, we are officially bringing virtual reality to the high-definition render pipeline, HDRP, in 2019.3 with package version 7.2.0. HDRP is now verified and can be used in VR. End quote. What is HDRP, you might ask? HDRP, or High Definition Render Pipeline, allows for increased graphical fidelity, leading to near photorealistic visuals in-game. Up to this point, this feature has only been available for use with flat games since its release back in January of this year. Looking at a few comparison videos of what we may be able to expect as far as detail bumps in future VR titles, these are flat game comparisons, and probably look different when adapted to virtual reality developed titles. Why is this important for virtual reality? Duh. Why isn't this important for virtual reality? Visuals in some of the latest big budget VR game releases have certainly impressed thus far, but this update to the Unity game engine will certainly allow developers to make some pretty impressive looking titles for PC VR and maybe even the Oculus Quest. Future VR games using Unity are going to look even better, and maybe the developers of past games will look to go back and rework their titles to utilize this feature. Supported platforms for this feature are currently Oculus Rift and Rift S, Windows Mixed Reality, and PlayStation VR. Let's talk about some news regarding headset shortages. Last week, Friday the 13th, the Oculus Quest recently came back in stock for a short period, with the 64GB variant literally sold out within a couple hours of being updated on the website. As of this video posting, the 128GB variant is also out of stock. Oculus already had problems keeping the Quest in stock prior to the global pandemic, which is the C virus. So I'd say if this is the headset you want to get, which I think most people who want to get into VR do, who don't already have an adequate PC setup, keep checking daily and be sure to sign up for your preferred online retailer's email notification for when it comes back in stock. If you have a Facebook account, it also really helps to join some of the major Oculus Quest groups, because usually someone will post a screenshot of an online store that happens to be in stock as soon as it happens. And for a PSA, do not fall for the website listings that list the Quest for like half the price. Use common sense. I've seen a couple of these pages pop up every now and then, and I'd hate to see someone waste their money on some online scammer trying to take advantage of the current headset shortage. I will try to post to my personal VR Facebook group availability updates whenever I see the Quest back in stock on any of the major online retailers' websites. If you'd like to join my Facebook group, the link is in the description. Sticking on Quest news for a bit longer, there have been a couple pretty intriguing closed beta application signups that were recently announced in the last week. Shadow PC is looking to launch their own dedicated application for the Oculus Quest, and it is set to launch a closed beta for those that sign up. Shadow PC streaming to the Quest has been available for quite a while now, since the developer GE Gaden added virtual desktop streaming support to its SideQuest version to the application last year. I don't have any personal experience using a cloud streaming service in tandem with my Quest, but I think there would probably be at least some noticeable latency in its current iteration using virtual desktop. Using virtual desktop on its own, streaming my own PC, works straight up amazing. Honestly, the latency is nearly identical to what I get using my link cable, but wireless. In my opinion, if Shadow PC is actually able to make this work well, this will definitely be a great option for those not looking to spend at least $1,000 on a decently spec'd PC gaming rig. The first round of signups began last week, March 13th, and the next round will be available on their website March 24th. The link to their website will be in the description, so if this is something you're interested in, be sure to sign up on that day, because there will most likely be a limited number of users able to try it out. Now, onto some VR community news. Scrolling through the virtual reality subreddit, I noticed this clip of what looked like just a parody of what life is probably like for some people hoarding the shit out of toilet paper. Looking at one of the first few comments revealed that it is actually a game set to release soon on Steam. Stockton House is described as a story-driven virtual reality escape the room style game. Not relying on jump scares, it provides an intense feeling of immersion and isolation. This VR experience will push your psychological senses to the breaking point. I haven't actually seen many horror type games, that don't take advantage of at least a couple jump scares. The fact that it doesn't really intrigues me. If this game is anywhere as entertaining and interesting as the clip posted by the devs on Reddit, I think it will do decently well with the amount of exposure it got. I will be picking this one up for sure, just out of curiosity. This title will be playable on all SteamVR compatible headsets Friday, March 20th. So, just to let you guys know, I do plan on live streaming Half-Life Alyx either here on YouTube or Twitch. If you guys are interested in watching, let me know and stop by. My Twitch username is on the screen and there is a link in the description. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you plan on playing Half-Life Alyx when it launches Monday. Peace out, VR dudes and dudettes.